Hello Cancer, and welcome to your energy update for the mid-month of October 2021. Let's look into your energy, Cancer, for the sun, moon, and rising signs. Remember, this is a general reading and will not resonate with every single person, and the energies can be reversed, so assign the roles as you please. If this reading does not resonate with you, just stick around because there may be something in it you need to hear. These messages are timeless, so it doesn't matter when you're brought to this message, what day, time, month. It really doesn't matter if it's been a year from now. There's something in it from you. During this reading, the angels are bringing the Holy Fire Reiki energy to you. If you're wanting to know about the 1010 portal that we all just went through and we're still in the energy of, it's on the screen above. There's a link, and I always have suggested videos at the end. I am doing personal readings at this time, so check the link in the description box down below for my website. If you like this reading or entertain in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get notified as soon as I post something new. What we're doing today for the 15th on until the end of the month is we're still in Mercury retrograde. That will go stationed on the 18th, and then the closer we get to November, the energy will lighten up and lighten up. But this last week generally will be one of the strongest days, just so that you are aware of that. Between now and the 18th already, you could already be in some really strong energy. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to specifically look at the Justice card. And this is actually the card of Libra, because Mercury retrograde is in Libra. So I want to see the energy that's happening around this retrograde until the end. Some of you guys already know what's happening because you're in the middle of it. And you've seen things resurface and you have re-examined things. This time period that you may be re-experiencing will be between the years of 1994 and 1999, and also 2005 and 2008. Those are going to be the things that may be resurfacing for you. So if you see something in your life right now, go back in time and start to see, was there other things that were happening similarly in those time periods that are happening right now, and what did you do in those instances, and what can you do differently? Because time is not linear, it's multidimensional, so we're living in multi time periods at the same time. We have different timelines happening at the same time. So while you're healing your adult self, you're actually healing the aspects of your child as well. So that's why we go back into our childhood and re-examine the things. And I get people all the time who say, what is my soul purpose? Everybody's soul purpose here is to learn love. Everybody's soul purpose here is to learn self-worth. Now, God gave you gifts that you can utilize in order to help you learn more about yourself and how to love yourself. But those gifts aren't necessarily your soul purpose. They're gifts. They're things that you, in your soul contract, decided that you wanted to bring those into this life experience for you. So sometimes people get caught up, and I did that too. For the longest time, I was like, oh, I sing well, so my soul purpose must have something to do with singing. And so, no, I think that just was a way of connecting back into the divine. There's a reason why I like to sing, is because I always thought that it was because when I got on stage, it felt like I was a different person, and I was able to express myself and share feelings with people without it actually being me. Like I could be within the character that I was portraying in like musical theater or something like that. I could be the character and really live in that experience and help. And I was thinking I was able to heal myself in that way. But if I did that, I wouldn't be here helping you with your life experience. So my sole purpose was to heal myself so that I would be able to access these gifts to where I could help you on your journey. So it's very interesting how we sometimes get stuck in the fact that we think that our gifts are where we're supposed to be living. I think the gifts are where we're supposed to be healing and learning who we are and loving ourselves, and then that will open up the doors maybe for something different. This card is the card of Libra. We're going to take a look at that. It is about balance and perception and objectivity. You could have been looking at through this whole retrograde, so I want you to be introspective for a moment and think about, during this retrograde, what was it that you were looking at? Was it for the home? Did you have legal issues coming up for you about your property that needed to be resolved? Were there contracts that needed to be signed? Were there ways that you were making progress in your home? Let's look at relationships. Because there's a lot of people in the world. We're all going to experience it differently. So let's talk about relationships. What does Libra do for relationships? Libra balances out the practical issues that are important, focusing in on the emotional aspects, like are your emotional needs being met in your relationships? It's about finding the right balance between work and relationship as well. So some of you guys are not balanced in either one of those. Some of you guys are focusing too much on relationships and disregarding your work. Some of you guys are focusing too much on work and putting your relationship on the back burner. You may be getting tested at work. You may be having different job interviews or negotiations, and those things can be really successful during the Libra time period. So if you're switching a job, hopefully it was one that you were already looking at, or you were already looking at this move before the retrograde came in. But if you haven't had those yet, then you might get them till the end of the month, because we are in the Libra time period. During this time, you may have been more frugal with your money during this financial period. But money matters will improve as we get closer to the November period. So you may have seen in Congress how they're going back and forth about the debt ceiling. You know, are we going to be getting a stimulus? Yes, no. What things are we going to be doing? It's just like this back and forth ping pong ball that they're throwing. And what we're going to see is that it's going to start to balance out as we get out of the retrograde and go closer to November. So during this time, you may have felt like balance at work and your relationship and your money issues have spiraled out of control. And now it's time to recognize the dishonesty, you know, the things that are being treated unfairly. Maybe you've gotten bad advice from people or trusted people that you shouldn't have trusted. It's time to speak your truth and find your voice and stay strong in your values. So the Justice, she is all about right values and rewarding fairness. She's very logical in the way that she influences things during this time period. It is a card of empowerment and advising you to take the left brain approach to take control. Listen to the advice from people around you that you do respect, because she could be putting different people, this energy could be putting different people in your life to help you get through the injustices of the unfairness that were not happening, so that you could take a look at the things to help you be more stable in your life. All right, let's get right into this energy. I want to thank the people who've already subscribed and supported me to 2,000 subscribers. If you're new here, thank you for coming and checking out my channel. I want to thank the people who've donated, who've clicked on the links in my description box, got personal readings from me, watched ads associated with my videos, watched my videos multiple times, shared my videos, commented, liked, all of those things, and even text me. Thank you so much. You guys, I am so grateful. I'm going for a goal of 3,000 subscribers. If you're not yet subscribed and would like to support this channel, then please take a second to do so now. Also, if you think you're subscribed, please make sure that you still are, because YouTube takes subscribers off if you haven't been to the channel in a while. We're going to do a 4-card spread, and we're looking at the Justice card. Here we go. All right. The overall energy for you is the Queen of Swords, the Sword of Truth, and the Magician. So it's a manifestation period, which we know that because Jupiter has gone direct, and now we are in the energy of manifestation. Awesome, awesome. Love, luck, and money is going forward now. So the Queen of Swords, she has clear boundaries, and she's very direct about what she wants. She is ambitious and intellectual. And there's no gender to the card. This is just the energy around the reading of the Libra retrograde and what we learned and where we're going from here. So she is very powerful and takes charge, and we're moving in the direction of manifestation. So wishes being fulfilled. The Magician looks like he is full of magic. So it might be that your life now is going to look like it's just full of magic. When everybody else is looking into your life, it looks like it's just magical. So it's manifestation. It's about being, having the power to move in inspired direction and like take inspired action. And that is really cool. So that's what we are balancing right here. The present situation is that you have anxiety over something. Something is creating, and I do feel this, Cancer. I have this, and it's like I don't even know what I'm anxious about. I just feel like this anxious energy, and so it's been really good for me making this jewelry for this person that I've been making jewelry for, this distributor here in Colorado Springs. And it's been good because I can just sit there and use my hands. Instead of feeling that nervous energy, I'm putting it into actually making something and doing something. The Libra energy is trying to balance out something for you to where you felt very nervous about it. It's something that you worried about, maybe even had nightmares about. And it's interesting, yeah, I had a couple of nightmares last night, so it makes sense. It could be some inner turmoil, some deep-seated fear, some secrets, some things that you want to release, some worry. And I felt that for the last couple of days. And sometimes when I get that way, I get really silent. I get very quiet because it's an uncomfortable feeling. The thing that needs to be weighed up for you, the scales that are trying to be balanced, is this Seven of Pentacles, which is maybe you're not having the vision. Maybe you're feeling like you've been limited in success and you're looking for something to do long term. You're looking for something like you're wanting to take more of a long-term view, and you want your perseverance to mean something that you're going to invest in to mean something. And it's like you're looking for something to invest in. But we need it to be balanced energy, because sometimes we can look at long-term stuff and big picture stuff so much that we don't recognize what's happening right now in your life. And sometimes we can miss our lives because of that, because we're so focused on the bigger picture that we're not really living. And so that is something that needs to be balanced and kind of weighed up. And the action that needs to be taken is these karmic lessons that have been coming forward for you. So maybe you've already had some karmic lessons. Maybe you already had some karmic lessons about something that you felt like you were not being successful in, and it was making you just kind of look at it in a different way. Yeah, and it's interesting. Like I said, I'm Cancer, and it's like they're showing me exactly the things that happened to me just recently, something that I went through, which is a karmic lesson, and I did it differently, and I actually passed. I knew I passed it because when I got a phone call, and the phone call surprised me in a way. It was like, wow, what? Like, that is not the way I expected that this was going to go. But it was a good way. It was just like I was not that I expecting it to go badly, but based on my past experience with that same exact karmic lesson, I expected it to go in a specific direction, and I expected that I was going to have to respond in the same ways that I always have, but it didn't. So something that I did differently, and basically what I did differently is that I didn't stop shining. I just continued to be who I was, and if people didn't like it, they don't like it, and there's nothing I can do about that, just be who you are. And so whatever your karmic lesson is, it's interesting. So what will occur is that you will see that you will be successful in whatever it is that you were supposed to learn, and that's really good. That's really good, because we don't want to continue to live the same cycles over and over and over again. So it's like, I'm not getting an exact ending of a cycle, but I am feeling like the outcome is this five of Pentacles. And it's like recovery from spiritual poverty. It could even be recovery from financial loss as well. But that poverty mindset, or the lack mindset, or feeling isolated or worrying, or feeling like you've been left out in the cold, like people don't like you, or they don't want you to succeed, or they don't want you to have your day in the sun, or whatever it is. It's like you're not feeling that way anymore. It's like that's what the karmic lesson is that you're overcoming, is this feeling that people want you to dim your light, or they don't want you to shine, or other people are supposed to shine, or you're not supposed to. That is what you're overcoming. That is beautiful. That is a good balanced energy. I kind of want to dive into that just a little bit more, because I feel like there's more to be said. So let's see what else we can grab from that. We can even get some advice cards from it as well, but that is really cool. So very good energy around this. I love being successful in karmic lessons. So I hate the same lesson coming up over and over again. It drives me crazy sometimes. I'm like, why didn't I do this? Yeah. So it was about you standing your ground and moving forward. and gaining your self-worth. Yeah, that's all this was about. This whole lesson with Libra was about your self-worth and not allowing people to take that beauty away from you of who you are. And shining bright. I mean, this is the Ten of Pentacles. It's just about shining bright. Just keep shining. You got, yeah, it's like this equal give and take. That's interesting too, because the way they're telling me about this one is that it's not necessarily equal give and take about like, it's about reciprocity. Like it's about you did a lot and then getting, it's not even about getting validation and praise. It's about fairness, about balance. That's what they're showing me. And that was what my karmic lesson was. It was about fairness. That was the thing that bothered me so much about it. It was like, I felt like it was unfair. And it ended up that it wasn't. It was actually pretty fair. And I just didn't know. I didn't have all the details. And once it was revealed, I was like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. You know, cool. So it's like that type of thing. It's like this balanced energy because he's got the balance scale and then he's giving. So if you can balance the energy of this feeling left out in the cold, if you can balance that out through the karmic lesson, the thing that creates the anxiety, then what's going to happen is you're going to get a gift from the universe, a gift of love. So if you can balance out this, I'm feeling left out, nobody loves me, I always have to dim my light, I can't just be shining who I am, then God will give you a gift at the end energetically, or actually a tangible gift will come your way because you did this. It's true. I agree with that. I agree with this reading 100%. I hope you do too. But it totally like, I'm seeing it in my own life. I'm like, yeah, and I got a gift like right after that. It was kind of cool. So that's good. All right, let's take a look at this Emperor energy now, the Aries full moon. Okay, so the next card that we're going to talk about is the Emperor. And the reason why is because there's a full moon in Aries on the 20th. We just got out of a new moon in Libra. And then we had the 10-10 portal, which was super crazy. And now we're moving into the energy of Aries moon. The Emperor, he is about control, security, order, and ambition. When it comes to your home, the things that you might be noticing is, are things running smoothly? Are things in order? And do you have the right boundaries and protection? So this is an interesting thing. You can use black salt to go around your house, and that will protect your house from negative energy. That is just a spiritual thing that you can do if you want to. And it's about setting boundaries within your home, outside your home. Maybe you have people who come and they just come without being announced. I don't like that, actually. It's not one of my things. If you're coming to my house, you got to text me and let me know that you're coming. You can't just like stop by. I'm not into that. But in a relationship, you might have a new partner. You might be focusing on a new partner. It might be about planning for the future, or loyalty and love. Like, is your partner loyal, or are they cheater? You know, do they cheat on your money? Do they cheat on your love? Do they cheat? What kind of person are you with? In career and money, it could be about like how your finances are organized, how you balance your expenditures, the things that you might feel are unfair, or do you have fairness at work? And then, are you being stifled in your creativity when it comes to work? Like, are you able to express yourself? The more negative aspect of the Emperor is very power hungry. He's very excessive with his demands. He has a lot of negative traits associated with the traditional masculinity, such as being domineering, controlling, and even cruel at times. And another aspect of the Emperor is greed. The Emperor is really good at setting boundaries, but when we're in a negative energy of the Emperor, we might have problems with drawing the line with people, or maybe we use excessive force and persuasion to get what, you know, somebody's using that either for you or you're using it to other people to get exactly what you want. So it could be very manipulative as well. The other issue with the Emperor card and this energy is that people might have problems with authority figures. So, gosh, I hope not, but there could be some problems with, like, we might be seeing things surfacing where people are not respecting the law, or respecting, like, the cops. If the cop pulls them over, you might see a lot of those types of things coming up. But the Emperor can be a very, very domineering person, very egotistical. and narcissistic. Now, if you look at the card of the Emperor, like we're looking at the card of the Justice, he's wearing a red cloak, which is about armor, having your armor on. So the Emperor is not as vulnerable. He's not a vulnerable person. He doesn't like to show his vulnerabilities. But he is very good at taking action. That's why it's the card of Aries, because Aries takes action. Aries is the ram. So Mars is the ruler of this planet, and that's why. The red cloak also represents taking action and being in the material world. So this person doesn't like to stay too much in the 5D. They like to stay in the 3D and muscle and grit their way through life. The crown that sits on the Emperor's head is about the higher self and shows how the Emperor is very autonomous and self-directed. It also shows that the Emperor is very self-contained and very self-reliant. The sun is moving into Scorpio, and Scorpio's secrets. I forgot to tell the other signs that. And let's see what we're going to be learning. So we balance out this karmic relationship about our self-worth and about living in our power. And that was Libra. And now let's see what Aries, that big fiery full moon Aries energy, is going to bring us. All right. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. All right, so I'll tell you in a second, but this is crazy. Okay, so the overall energy is going to be the Two of Swords and the Temperance. So this is something, I'm sorry, Two of Wands, if I said that wrong. It's about making decisions and planning and moving forward in a new direction with the guidance of heaven, with the guidance of God, with the guidance of the universe, with the guidance of your angels and guides. So this is destined, whatever this is, through the Emperor energy that we're going to find out in just a second, it's destined. Okay, so we have Temperance, which is actually good timing. It's great balance. So we just learned about balance with Libra. It's about being patient and going towards your purpose. It could be also about self-healing and realignment as well, depending on which cancers we're talking about here. So you, in the current situation, is that you have been seeing things differently. You have been thrown upside down in a situation that has made you pause and surrender and let go and gain a new perspective. There may have been delays in this situation that have been making you feel like it's been stalling, or there's been some resistance or something going on that has made you feel like it's not really moving forward just yet. And that may be the thing that was causing the anxiety in the Libra reading as well. Something to reconsider as we move through. Okay, the past events is that you've worked really hard in this situation. You put a lot of time and effort into this thing that God's making you re-examine, re-look at. You feel like you did everything that you could, and now it's like, let me just sit back and wait and look at this in a new perspective. And I'm hearing like even enjoying yourself, for you taking time for yourself as this just happens. I almost feel like you feel like this. The thing that's surrounding this Emperor energy is that you don't have any more control over this. It's like you've done what you can do, and there's nothing else you can do except for hang upside down and wait. There's really nothing else that you can do. It's almost like it's out of your hands, and that's the feeling of the Temperance card as well. When things are divinely guided, you can't muscle through it. You can't grit through it. It's kind of like you just got to wait and see what happens. Wait and see. Your hopes and fears are this Ten of Cups. Like you're waiting because you want the complete happiness that you've been waiting for, that God's been telling you that you're going to have. It is about your inner happiness, your dreams coming true, and your complete fulfillment. The outcome, you have the actual Emperor for the outcome. That is interesting. Wow. So the Emperor, and we'll get some more clarification on that, is that you're going to be living in this Aries energy. this Aries full moon energy, because the Emperor is actually the card of Aries, you're going to be living in this stronger energy. Let me pull some more cards on this because it's getting me a little like I'm not exactly sure. Because the Emperor is about like authority, structure, establishment. He's a father figure. It's a really fiery but logical energy. Like the Emperor, people go to the Emperor, and the Emperor doesn't have to go to people. That people come to the Emperor for advice. Let me just see what they're trying to tell us exactly. It's just such an opposite energy of the water energy of a Cancer, so I'm kind of confused. It's about you moving forward in a more fiery energy. Yeah, it's like the full moon is going to lighten something up inside of you to where you're going to want to move forward in a fiery energy. Where apathy and contemplation and disconnection are done. The feeling of wanting to withdraw or retreat is over. Okay, so it's like really moving forward in a fiery, more energy. Searching for your purpose. Being a part of your life choices. Seeing illusions. And just making overall good choices. Living in, that's it. Okay, so, this is divine masculine, divine feminine. That's interesting too. So it's like balancing out the divine masculine and divine feminine. This could also be a twin flame, so we'll have to definitely pull some cards on that. Let me see, what is this divine masculine and divine feminine? For everybody's going to be different. It could be balancing that within yourself, or it could be moving towards this twin flame, or somebody with a Emperor energy coming towards you. Instead of them waiting for you to come to them, they're coming towards you. If you're divine masculine, you're moving towards someone. If you're divine feminine, you're somebody's coming towards you. Interesting. So let's see where this is going. The full moon is going to illuminate an illusion, something that you were very introspective about, a karmic relationship, and someone's going to move forward. So the full moon is going to illuminate an illusion. Somebody that's been hermiting will complete a karmic lesson by moving forward in your direction. They are at a crossroads right now trying to make a decision, but that full moon is going to lighten up the decision for them. They're going to see how they have been in deception, and they're going to see how the love that they thought was love from someone else is not, and they're going to move towards you. As right now, they're going to see how much they've been focusing in on the things they don't have instead of the things that are right there for them. Wow. That is really awesome. So, yeah, we have this Knight of Wands, somebody who's been portraying something different in the 3D reality is actually going to be putting their burdens down with all the strength that they've collected and move towards you because they're seeing, and they're going to do it fast. The Aries energy is going to push them towards doing it fast so they can bring you your sword of truth. Wow. Okay, so we do have something coming in. And this isn't for everybody, and it doesn't have to be love, guys. This could be any kind of relationship. But let's move into love in case it is love for some of you guys that are interested in your love life. I know we got a lot of people who have twin flame stuff coming, or deep soul connections and twin flame stuff. Let's see what's going on. Let's pull some cards on this. And pull some cards on what they're thinking about you as well. But I just want to see, this is my romance deck. Let's find out what's going on romance-wise for Cancer. So the situation will eventually involve marriage. You have to release the energy around your ex to help this person come forward to you, and so do they. They need to release an ex, and so do you. But pay attention to red flags because you don't want to continue to have the same types of relationship you've always had. So make sure in the beginning that you're pretty open about things that, in the honeymoon period, that you make sure that you're pretty open about the things that you're not okay with, all right? Okay, let's look at what are they thinking about you? Oh no, let's do hidden truth. Okay. I hide behind material things. So what you see is not what is really there. They're not being very vulnerable, especially not on social media. It's time for me to heal now, so someone's healing. You and I were way too young, and I'm still waiting for a sign from you. Interesting. So maybe it's a sign from God to say, yeah, it's time to move forward. They might be waiting for money. They might be waiting for a divorce. They might be waiting for something to go through because we just got out of Mercury retrograde. And so this is the time actually you can sign contracts and sell homes and things like that because we're out of the retrograde. And not only that, but Jupiter just went direct and they regret lying to you and not telling you the truth. Wow. Wow. Okay, so you're going to be getting a sword of truth from this person because they did lie to you and now that they feel like they've got to tell you the truth. So, okay, cool. Well, Cancer, if you like this reading or entertained in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Also, if you want that 10/10 reading, it's on the screen right here and your playlist as well. So I can't wait to see you at the next energy update reading. You guys have a great day. Bye.